here with the part 4, we've kind of gone back a little bit to some of the um, more melodic, more subtle. I think he wanted to do something a little different than we had in the last couple. So there's a lot of very lyrical music playing over this crazy action that you wouldn't necessarily expect to see in an action music. You'd expect big drums, and which we do have, but for some of those scenes we have gone very simple with piano and strings, and it's a different approach, which he seemed to really like when I tried it, so we went down that road, and I think it's good for the film. It's something different. One of the biggest differences is that we brought in Imagine Dragons to work with me on the score. They wrote a song, which is, it's going to be a big hit, I'm sure, and it's going to play at the end of the film. I took that song and sort of made it into a score piece, and I also had them come in and perform on cues music that I had already written. So that's one thing that's definitely different. You have some of Dan's vocals, the lead singer, in these emotional scenes. It's just a hint of his vocal coming in, and it gives it a nice lift, and it's something we haven't done before. Imagine Dragons, their sound is really emotional and really epic, and that describes every Michael Bay film. So they were a perfect fit, and that's what I try to achieve in the score. So the collaboration was perfect for me. I'm a huge Skrillex fan because the guy makes sounds like I've never heard before. And they said he wants to come over to your studio, and I said great. So he kind of just moved into my studio for a week, and we talked. We looked at scenes. He made sounds, kind of was what he did. He made even some sound effects, which, for the robots moving, he's kind of that creative. He can do music, he can do sound, he can do both together. And so he basically spent a week creating a library of these just cool Skrillex sounds. To collaborate with guys like that who are, obviously they're super talented, and the fact that they're willing to come down and just talk and discuss, they have such great ideas that I wouldn't have thought of. That's why they do what they do, I do what I do. To get that together, for me, was just like you said. It's something new, and it gets me out of my studio and working. I flew to Vegas and worked with Imagine Dragons at their studio, which was a thrill. It's something that makes it interesting, and it's a new creative experience for me. We have everything from guitars and every kind of drum you can think of, and because the film goes to China at some point, the film moves to China, and for the last part of the film, we brought in some Chinese musicians to just give a little flair. Michael thought that would be a good idea. So we have a little bit of that, and just a ton of electronics, all kinds of custom sounds made just for this film. I hope the audience feels something from the score. That's what we're going for. The action scenes, driving stuff, that's always going to be there, and hopefully it's going to be exciting. But the emotional stuff is what I'm hoping, even if they don't realize it, I just hope it makes a connection to them somewhere. Some of them, after the film is over, might go, that music was nice. I'd like to look more into that. If that kind of connection is made, it's always nice. But even if they don't think specifically, that was nice music, as long as they feel something during those scenes, and then I'll feel like I've done my job.